views and opinions on this podcast do not necessarily reflect those of the executive producer or the sponsors. They are those of the hosts and guests only. We believe freedom of conscience means the right to speak free, to think and believe as you will without the imposition of official coercive power over those beliefs. Liberty cannot exist when people are forced to conform their thoughts and expression to an official viewpoint. Differences of opinion are the natural byproducts of a vibrant, free society. Thank you. Live from Studio Diablo in Chicago, Illinois, this is MK Ultrasound.
Get with the countdown.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Blast off for Kicksville. Shake this square world. Blast off for Kicksville.
I speak jive.
Forget it, man. Get with the countdown.
I speak jive.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Alexander here. I've got a couple of good co-hosts with me from the great band Derision Cult, who we'll talk about a little bit later in the show. They also have a new album out with their other project, Sis Machine. This is say hello to Brad and Dave.
Hello.
On the phone, we have a true professional, a man who's always on time, a man who never lets me down, unlike our guest yesterday. Somebody who's been on the show twice before. I've got to say, the man responsible for my very favorite musical project of the last 5 years or so, Mr. Michael Ciravolo. Michael.
Hey, good morning, guys, or for you guys, afternoon. But yeah, thank you very much, and that's some kind words.
Well, I mean it, man. I broke out the vinyl that you sent the other day. It's all colored, and you know he does colored vinyl. And some of our friends are on there: Curse Mackey, Steven Siebold, two really old friends of mine. Of course, Uncle Al's on a tune that we're going to be playing on this hour. And Michael, you had just reunited with your old band and did a show in New Orleans. Did you do just one show, or did you do a few shows with the Models?
No, we went back just to do one. It was like right during Mardi Gras, and yeah, strange going back, but that was a big part of my life. At that point, that band, the Models, we moved to Los Angeles all together, and kind of at that, right as that point we were moving, the band shifted from being a bit more, dare I say, pop, new wavy to getting a bit darker. And, that's when the name change to Human Drama had to happen. I mean, the music and the name, the Models, no longer fit together. But it was fun going back and seeing old friends. And, I've, over the years, kind of realized how much I love my hometown. Sometimes when you're in something, you don't see the beauty and everything that's there, and then you move away, especially to a place like California that nothing seems to be real. It was nice going back and definitely reaffirmed the fact that the grass isn't always greener.
Had it changed much since you left?
Oh,
actually, no. That's the good and bad. Sometimes when you go back and you hang with some of your old friends that, none of us are young anymore. And sometimes they're doing kind of the same stupid things we did as kids. You kind of shake your head, but it's the same slow pace, which when I go down there, I learn to appreciate, because out here, everything is so fast, and what can you do for me mentality? And you go down there, and it's like you realize that there are still genuine people.
Oh, that's for sure.
In this place.
I went back a year ago, December, for my birthday, and
You're talking New Orleans?
yeah, oh yeah, December. Actually, on my actual birthday, December 12th, on 2024, and I'm a creature of habit. I'll go back to the same place to eat. Like, I go for my breakfast, and you probably know that place, City Market. It's like the second oldest building in the square.
Oh yeah,
They've got
definitely
the best shrimp and grits I've ever had. So I eat there every morning for breakfast. And then I discovered a place called Willie's Chicken Shack, which is the
Chicken Shack. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Ate there twice, but City Market ate 4 times. And I just, I was with somebody who doesn't, he was hanging in bars a lot. And some of the bars we were told not to go to anymore. Because New Orleans has changed a lot for me. I mean, I was there before. When did you leave, Michael? When did you move to L.A.?
Shit, we moved out late 85. So it's crazy how long I've been here. But yeah, I think like any big city, it's gotten more dangerous as far as crime. And I'm sure you guys don't just stroll down the south side of Chicago and just like there's places you just don't walk in New Orleans at night.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sad. But for the most part, you know, I think people that when you grow up there, you kind of know. I mean, in Los Angeles, you don't go drive through Watts, you know. So it's just reality.
Well, the first time I went, it was before Katrina, and then I went after, and I noticed a difference. I mean, when I first went, my first trip to New Orleans, I went to see this thing called the Voodoo Music Fest. And I'm like, it was so cool.
That's still going, isn't it?
I don't think so.
No, they stopped it.
It was really cool too because we were staying in the square. We took a bus. I think it was the city park, and you know I had all access. I'm backstage, and the first person I see is Sean from White Zombie, and they're not playing. And I'm like, go over because I know her.
She lives down there, doesn't she?
She bought a bar.
She was actually at our show. My wife and I are
nice.
really good
very
friends
cool.
with Sean.
She has a bar. She has a bar called the Saint. Yeah. Well, I met her during Zombie, and then with they were touring with Prong. Prong was touring with them, opening for Fight, Halford's band, and they had a night off, so Sean and Jay came to see me DJ at this place. It just happened to be Tom Savini lived across the street.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, you told
and so
me about this,
that was just it. So the next day, you know, Savini takes him to the warehouse where he makes all the monsters before the show. So you talking about making a lifelong friend?
That's right on.
So I see her in New Orleans, and she's got her new band there, Rock City Morgue, who I liked. And I keep seeing their singer, like he had this pentagram shirt on. I'm like, why is this guy following me? He was on the bus, he was at the park, then he's back. Oh, that was her singer. And then you know, she said, well, come to my bar tonight. She gives me a coin. I'd run into Trent, and Trent wasn't playing, but he was still living there then. And then I went back, I talked to Trent because he's from Pittsburgh also.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And worked with Ron Marks and Dan Lotto and, you know, Ron from Celtic Frost, who I've worked with. And so I'm like, I didn't get a picture. I went back. I'm like, Trent, do you mind if I told him I moved to Chicago? He said, aren't you glad you got out of Pittsburgh? Yeah and no. So I got a picture with Trent. So then I go back to the hotel and I go to the Garden District. I go to the Saint, who's sitting there having a beer by himself, Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
So what I mean, just a cool town.
Actually, 9 Inch Nails played there. Our show was Saturday, and Nails played the Smoothie King, which is where the basketball, the Pelicans play. And Sean was going to that, and my friend's lighting and production manager, and where we're going to go. But we were down there, and we had three times that we could rehearse, and there was no way I could with that we could sacrifice a night. So, but Sean said the show was great, and she came out with her husband at the show Saturday, and it was great to see her. She seems real happy down there.
It's a good fit for her. She's an artist in her own right. She's just a wonderful person all around. Just super great. And the fact that she remembered me.
I think that band took a deep drop when it just became Rob Zombie, but that's just me.
I'm looking at the big box set. They got the Zombie where they re-released all the first albums on vinyl. I loved that band. Yeah, it's a different band.
It became way more, you know, it's that cookie cutter music where it's, you know, not that there's not good Rob Zombie songs, and obviously the guy's talented, but it's, you know, I mean, if you got, I'm sure all you guys record, it's like, you know, copy this part 16 times and do that 8. And it's, I don't know. But hey, I wouldn't mind getting his checks in the mail.
Right. We were supposed to have Stormy Daniels on yesterday, and I'd been back and forth with her all week going over files, and she's from Baton Rouge. So I was looking forward to talking about Baton Rouge and the food and the culture. Nope, no call. No show, no reply to emails. We're sitting there, you know, everybody has other things to do. And just, you know, why did she send me all these files and access to look at these things that, you know, not other people don't have access to?
Did you give her the wrong number?
She would email me.
She probably called. I called your neighbor.
That'd be funny.
This is
No.
Stormy
I didn't
Daniels.
know.
I'm here to talk to
But I was gonna.
Who is this?
I was going to talk about.
Wendy's.
I was going to talk about everything except the president. That's not because I don't do that.
Sure.
Everybody else talks about that. Why would I? I was going to focus on music. She works with a band down there. Her partner in her company, the Ghost Hunting People, is a singer for a local New Orleans band.
All right, on.
And then I was going to play them.
So it's
Nothing. I heard
it's
nothing.
that Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
didn't know that.
that's who we're talking
Yeah,
about.
and I'm
I
like,
thought it was somebody that just decided, that'd be a clever.
no,
That'd be a clever
name.
band name, but somehow misspell
But
it so
it's
you
like-
don't get sued.
And we're talking about ways to avoid talking about the hot topic, and how do we talk about this horror movie that she just did, and say nice things. And we put a lot of time and promotion and for nothing. And speaking of promotion, Michael, you've done a bang up job, man. You and your fans and sharing that artwork that we did for this podcast. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, I thought it was great. And,
My
I
social
love-
media,
those are
my
fun.
social media, ding, ding, ding. I'm like, what? Wow,
I
Michael,
don't,
you're on it.
I don't take any, that for granted with, anybody in today's world, anybody that follows our music, it's like family. It's just, it's so different, and I think it's just, we're blessed to get like fans and because of the rotating singers, it allows us a reach with that. And I think it works, I think, both ways. We're exposed to their audience and vice versa. But I'm happy that they did that.
You've got
and
and you've got something for everybody. I mean, you're not just in one type of music, and that's why I like playing you when I'm working around the house, because there's a different mood with every song. It's not like the same band. It's a project, which is what I want to call it, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I've never can find the right word. I mean, this thing started as what was for about 5 minutes was going to be my solo record, which would have been really fucking boring, and it just turned. It's like, I've probably said this before, but it's like the first two people we had in the studio were Al and Robin Zander. I think both from your part of the woods, and
Right on.
it just kind of started rolling from there, and it kind of exploded into something I didn't think was possible. I'm fans of everybody that sings on this, and certainly couldn't do it without them. And I think it gives us where there is no stylistic thing that we have to be categorized. I kind of go back and forth with Shauna about that, because she does the goth super group and everything. But I think that's limiting in a way. And I know as a publicist, it's hard to go to categorize it, which I think is a positive in today's world, where everybody wants to label, you're this, you're left or right, you're Democrat, Republican, you're human or alien. I mean, whatever, you got to fit in some kind of box. And I'm kind of happy that we don't. And I think I don't think we sound like just a mishmash compilation,
Right.
because the music does start from Michael Rozon and myself, and that is kind of the constant. And it's just where, we do the music and the singer makes it a song. It gets born, then it ends up having a melody, a name, and it somehow seems to work. And that's a great thing. I'm still excited about doing it. And every time I get a piece of, when my computer comes back, we'll go the old AOL, ding, you got mail. It's kind of it's exciting, because it's like opening a Christmas present. Like, wow, what did this person do with this piece of music? And I'll do this as long as that still brings a rush.
Well, thank
For
you.
sure,
I hope you
man.
do. I hope it keeps Rush going. You did a couple of covers of videos that I definitely wanted to build a show around. I wanted to make sure that we were able to show the videos this time. And you didn't let me down, man. Dave and I are both big Johnny Cash fans. In fact, you had a publicist, and when you were doing your country thing, mentioned that you and I both have that shared love of outlaw country music.
Oh yeah. Was that Raquel?
Yeah, Raquel.
Oh yeah, right on.
And go ahead.
Interesting. My wife, her maiden name is Carter, and so and so she's a kind of a third degree or eighth degree separation of Carter and Cash.
Oh,
Wow.
so she for real?
Okay.
And Cash. So it's I don't know. I felt a calling because of some of the words in that song.
Yeah.
That it just had to be done. I thought the lyric, "What's done in the dark will be brought to the light," and I think in today's headlines, you look at that and going, you can have your religious belief or none, but I think the idea of the veil coming off of some of the shit that we've been force-fed for a long time is a positive thing. And I don't know if that was originally the meaning or behind the song, but I think it's very timely if you just read the words to that song. And it felt like that would be the great something to do, because I do keep politics, religion, and everything out of Beauty and Chaos, because it's not just my album. So I don't feel like I have the right to speak for, the 30, 40, 50 people that have been part of this.
Right.
So I just thought that was, someone's going to find the meaning in that. And it was also kind of the same reason I did the Children of Revolution and Open Your Eyes. I thought Open Your Eyes was, if you read that, Iv could have wrote that yesterday. And
yeah, it's funny how
that
songs
was,
like that can be so timeless.
Right.
Yeah, and
because I think God's Gonna Cut You Down, I think that's an old hymn. Like that.
Yeah,
he
I could not
adapted.
find.
So that might very well be like 150-year-old song.
Yeah. I don't think when we were doing it, I was trying to go, okay, I don't want to screw up here and not have credit for songwriter. And it just came up as traditional. I mean, it's so Johnny Cash.
Yeah, he owned it. He
He
has a way of
definitely
doing
owned the
that.
song. I know Manson did a version of it and things like that, but this is a Johnny Cash song.
Yeah.
I mean, that words came from him in some kind of roundabout way. But
Yeah.
And Johnny's
it was kind of what started to just be sort of a placeholder, like, because we're working on the next Beauty and Chaos record, and it was taking longer because at that time Michael Rozon was working with Ministry on their next record, so we were getting like one day in the studio, possibly every now and then 2 days, and I'm just sitting here losing patience, going, this is just going to take our process. The way songs come about and get finished just takes longer. I wish sometimes it was just 4 or 5 people sit in the studio and doing a song, but that's not kind of how this works. And so my lack of patience, I just went, we'll do a couple of cover songs. We're going to finish them the old school way, like 2 or 3 nights, go in, do it, sing it, mix it, master it, put it out. And like I said, there was just a calling. Something kept telling me these 2 songs had a deeper meaning, and it was it scratched that itch, and it put something out, which to me was a placeholder as we finished this record. But I'm really happy with it. It gave me a chance to sing. I'm not really a singer, but it somehow worked.
All
Very
right,
cool,
well,
man.
let's jump into it. Everybody, you get to watch the videos now, so enjoy Beauty and Chaos, and this is the MK Ultrasound Podcast.
Run on for a long time.
to the man from Galilee. He spoke to me in a voice so sweet. Thought I heard the shuffle of angels' feet. He called my name and my heart stood still. He said, Michael, go do my will. Go tell that long-tongued liar. Go tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, backbiter. Tell him the God's gonna cut him down. Tell him the God's gonna cut him down. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. You may throw your rock and hide your hand, working in the dark against your fellow man. Sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Go tell that long-tongued liar. Go tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him the God's gonna cut him down. Tell him the God's gonna cut him down. Tell him the God's gonna cut him down.
From the shadows of goth, industrial, and trip-hop, fused with the haunting echoes of Middle Eastern soundscapes, comes a new force in dark music. Meet Test by Love, the visionary project of Polish vocalist Inga Habiba and American music producer Peter Gaillard. Their long-awaited debut album, 444, arrives February 20th, released worldwide by Distortion Productions. Step into a world of passion, mythology, and sonic alchemy.
Yeah, that record.
Death by Love, 444.
That record dropped Friday, and the new video did. And I shared that video with you about a month ago.
Yeah, that's on Distortion, right?
Yeah, out of Pittsburgh. It's
Jim Simonic.
My old buddy Peter Gaillard. Worked with that guy since '93. Man, we've risen up in the music world together. It's amazing. Anyway, we're back with Michael Ciravolo. Michael, you there?
Yeah, here, all good.
It was funny when the song was playing, we were all discussing about how Johnny will make a song his own, and we all looked at each other and said, "Hurt."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't imagine how Trent felt like writing that and seeing somebody actually just absorb his song and probably made you feel like you didn't even write it anymore.
He literally said that's not my song anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, he was willing and able to relinquish that.
Well, the funny thing is, I remember when that came out, I heard the song and then I saw the video, and
the
video like really hit.
Yeah,
you know, that like
she
really
just died
home.
too at that time.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it would have been even. I mean, it was still been great, but it's something about it. Him doing it at that point of his life, where his voice was weaker and more like delicate and reaching. It just seemed fitting that was the perfect time for him to do it, and obviously it was.
Yeah.
Rick really brought him back out to everybody.
Yeah.
I think he got dropped from his label around that time, and then kind of resurrected through Rick Rubin.
Yeah, actually.
Well, that was when he was. Well, he did the Highwaymen, so those are some.
I play
hits.
that like every day, pretty much.
But then before that was when he was like, he kind of went through his Lou Reed phase, where he's like deliberate. Like he wrote that song about his brain getting transplanted into a chicken. I forget the name of it, but he was. I think that's when he got back into the speed there in the 80s too.
I remember when he was dropped from his label, and and David Allen Coe was on the same label, and Coe left the label because they dropped Johnny Cash. I like that story. And well, that's just one of those things Co says on stage. Who knows if it's right? I don't even know if he knows what he's talking about anymore, but always good with the stories.
I think all great artists like that, Johnny Cash, even David Bowie and stuff, got to this point where it was like, I think they started reaching and maybe trying to sound like what was current at the point at that time. And I think even Trent did it. And I think that then they get back on track, and thankfully Johnny did at the end, go back to the real Man in Black.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that he did it. That he and Danzig did that song together. 13.
Yeah. Danzig wrote that, right?
Yeah, and there's a video of Johnny talking about that, and I met Glenn Danzig. Like, have you ever really listened to Danzig, Johnny? But he is a good songwriter. He wrote for Roy Orbison.
Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, Johnny Cash and Danzig in a car together, I have a hard time picturing that. And they actually, Rick introduced them. And I'm just trying to imagine that Danzig with the cross.
Right.
And Johnny's cross is going the other way.
Yeah.
That would have been.
I thought, like, when Johnny and Joe Strummer did Redemption Song together, it was when both of their voices were kind of weak. And I don't know, maybe Strummer was sick at that point too, but there's this kind of delicateness to it that just makes it beautiful.
Yeah. That delicateness definitely. When we were talking about on here just a bit ago, but his version of "Won't Back Down" has some of that frailty to it that really lifts that song too. And I think I'm pretty sure it's Fiona Apple that sang back up on that. I might be wrong, but
I haven't heard that. I am going to, as soon as we're off here, I'm going to listen, because I think that's actually a great song.
Yeah, and it's I think it's American 3 that one's on.
They're all
no, it's 5. It's the one that they put out after he died, because 4 I'd heard on it. Anyways, that's another one I feel like, man, that kind of became a Johnny song after that.
I bought that album, the first one, American Recordings, for my ex-girlfriend's father, because first time I met him, he played Johnny Cash on his guitar for me. And the reason I stayed with her as long as I did was because I didn't want to lose him. I really liked her father a lot. And I'm on tour, and I was tour managing. Charles Levi was playing bass at the time. And I said, drop me off in Indianapolis. I'm getting back with my girlfriend. I think I miss her dad. And so they dropped me off and came to Chicago, and I rode back with her. But he said to Heather, like, why did Alex give me a song where he's talking about killed his wife, Delia?
Oh, Delia's gone.
First song on that record, I think.
Well, he did that. That's from the 50s.
Right, but I'm talking about the American Recordings version. But yeah, that's just I think everybody's got Johnny Cash stories.
Yeah, at some point. I was saying too, it's funny, your wife's maiden name is Carter, and my daughter's name is June. So
wow,
there's Johnny connections all over.
So my mom's maiden name is also Carter, and Tish's my wife's mom married a Cash. So yeah, there's some. She never really knew her father because he was a traveling preacher, and but yeah, she's tried to dive down into it, but there is definitely a connection there, and maybe that was the part of the calling to do this.
Wow, that's wild.
Nick Huffman named his boys Waylon and Cash.
Nice.
Just again, we like Johnny Cash. Michael, new record coming out. How long are we going to have to wait for this one? And then,
we're tracking the live drums this weekend.
Okay.
I think it's 8 songs that are done so far. I'm waiting for. I don't know if you're familiar with Patrick Mata from Community FK. He seems like he was.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
He did a song on the last record, Holy Ground. William Faith was on that record. I think he's the Chicago guy.
Yep, sure is.
But but Patrick's doing another song, so I'm supposed to get his vocals today. And then there's this one really long song that I'm trying to do the lyrics and sing it to kind of wrap up the record. I'm just unsure. I'm sitting there adding up the time because Beauty and Chaos songs are never short. When I start looking at something that's got 7 minutes in front of it going, well, is this going to be a double record? Or so we're doing the drums. My goal was to have it out on my late mom's birthday, which is June 18th. I'm hoping we can get it done by then. But we're certainly working at it. So, I know you guys talked about vinyl. To me, that's so important. I don't think I would ever do this where something's just going to stay digital. It's just not my world. The idea of holding that physical piece of music just has something from my childhood, and it just to me that's how music is supposed to be. You guys all being in bands and everything, and you sit down. I don't even know what you mix for anymore. Like, what is someone going to hear this on? It used to be simple. Somebody's going to put it in the stereo, either a good, better, or best stereo. Then it was like, oh, it could be a Walkman, so they're going to have headphones. Now it's like you have no even clue. So I just go, we make it sound like when we sit in that studio that's how the song should be to us, and how whatever else happens.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I would bet, at least for Brad and I, probably 90% of people would. I suppose there's some audio files out there, but the reality is a lot of them are just going to hear it on their phone.
Yeah.
That drives me crazy.
What do you do?
There's no way it sounds like it does in the studio when you guys are working. And it's
even headphones. Like, wow. When I play something here, when I'm doing pre-production for the show, like, wow, this is really, really good, because I'm using good equipment. But I've got a decent stereo over there that plays vinyl, and Michael, I do play yours. They're all different colors. I just showed them.
Yeah, those are beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We were just checking them out.
Yeah, and I love liner notes. I was thinking about this last night when I was looking at your photographs and the artwork on the, especially the gatefold. And you always put a little note in there, and you print the lyrics, which I love bands that do that. Put the lyrics in the album. I grew up, I would go hang out in record stores at the mall and just go to the import section and the independent section and read every word on the back of an album, every word. And you try to do that on a CD, man, especially I'm 61 now with bifocals. I'm like, okay, holding this back. And the vinyl's just great, man. And I love it. And I tell everybody, are you going to release something on vinyl? Do it. I mean, you guys know all about merch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, vinyl sells. And it's a good way to make
I think
money
it's easier, with Beauty and Chaos not being a live entity or touring or anything like that, it makes it hard. If we make zero, vinyl's a losing proposition for us, and that's okay, but if you do a record like that Gatefold first one, probably cost us $7 to print like that way. Maybe it was more, and that's with zero studio time, mastering, all that stuff. And then if someone buys it in Europe, sometimes now it's $25, $30 to ship it there. Not their customs and duty, and it's like you start going, well, this is why people just go fuck it and just do the digital download, which is really a shame. But I do understand it.
I miss look behind me, all the years working in the music business, and I still buy CDs, but I used to go to the mailbox and I got everything Interscope ever put out and all their little labels and everything.
Right.
And I miss having a physical copy, and I try to get, like with Ministry, they've given me so much free shit, 30 years plus of free stuff. I don't mind spending a few bucks here and there to have this. Look what you've done for me. Typo Negative. When Kenny and Johnny started their own band and I bought their CD, I said, look, you guys have given me everything.
Right.
Speaking of the devil, you made Kenny's guitar, Schecter.
Oh yeah, Kenny's been a long time. I mean, it's probably mid 2000s. He started with us. Great guy. With Schecter, we used to do until we stopped doing the NAMM shows about 4 years ago, where it just became just a circus with no return on it. We would do a big party every year, a party which was basically us going counter with NAMM, like just having people that go and they jam. We would actually have bands, and we were fortunate enough to have Type O play one of our parties. We were doing it at the House of Blues in Anaheim at that point.
Wow.
And it was great. It was great to get to talk to Peter, who was just that. You guys are probably, man, what a funny fucking guy he was. And Josh, I mean, they were nuts. And I don't think people get the humor of that band.
Oh, I did.
I think when you take it so serious, it's like, but I mean, everything was a poke at something. I know Johnny talked a bit about them looking at doing a tribute thing. I think he says it's not so much finding somebody to sing, it's finding somebody to play bass like Peter. Is the last thing.
I don't know if they're necessarily going to do like a tour or anything. I know they're talking about like a tribute album, but see, that's like sensitive.
Maybe a show.
I'm like with them. I'm the same way I'm with Leonard Cohen. When somebody covers Leonard Cohen, I'm like, you better do it really good. Don't do what Courtney Love did. Do it. I mean, Leonard Cohen.
Either that or almost like make it your own.
But Type O, and even with their covers, and I have everything.
Right. That one they did on Nativity in Black. That was my first.
Oh, I've got that signed. I just packed it away and I was putting your albums away. Michael, I started MK Ultra because of Type O Negative. I was a freelancer and I interviewed Peter, and I'm like, this is a really good interview. Nobody would pick it up. They're like, oh, it's a mockery of goth and this and that. And I'm like, F it. I'm going to start my own magazine.
That's cool.
I'm not even kidding. That's why I started MK Ultra, was because
I've got Peter Steele's fault, huh?
It is. And ultimately why I'm in Chicago. It's a story, but
sadly, we were working on a bass with him when he passed.
Oh, wow.
You know, I mean, sometimes it's like, it's hard to do something like that because it's so iconic with that bass that he has, you know, and we were doing one with Lemmy too, like before he passed. And it's like, both of them kind of play a Rickenbacker. And it's like, that was so iconic with their look and their sound. But you know, Kenny always spoke highly of us to Pete. And it was just like, I don't think he was doing it. I don't think the guy ever did anything for the money. But yeah, it was kind of nice to start doing it. There was one prototype made. Kenny doesn't know where it went. I don't know if the family has it, if it was stolen or what. But yeah, we did start doing it, and maybe it was a good thing, because sometimes when you do that, and then the person passes, it starts getting where people think you're just trying to pick the carcass, and it's like, that's never something we would do.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe it's behind the bar. Maybe it's at Duff's behind the bar.
I gotta tell you though, I think Brad and I were talking. I think for the money, Schecters are fantastic guitars. I got a couple, and I'm an Explorer guy, so I love the Evil Twin, and that's for what that is. That's a neck through body with that walnut back. You get the fluences in them, locking. They're great guitars. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
metal players like, and then I got because you guys do the Wild Audio stuff too, right?
Yeah,
and
we do.
I got the blood. I got the Blood Eagle, and that's
that's about as Explorer as he got with that. It's gotten pretty wild since then. I don't know if you've seen the Gorgon.
Well, I saw he's got that BC Rich. It's like a bitch or something that he kind of made his own too. But both those are just
getting out there.
I mean, the necks are monstrous on them, but that's Zakk Wylde ones. And then it's funny because then the Evil Twins are real fast shredder neck, and it's a 2-octave neck. But no, I've always thought, for what they are, those are really good for the money. You can get fantastic guitars for. Most
of the people that work with me are players, so it's not, it's trying. And I think I look at the kind of the Beauty and Chaos and Schecter have this weird thing. I think synonymous is that it's pretty varied. I mean, like when you look at the Schecter stuff, we'll do a Corsair, which is a hollow body, and then we'll do a 9-string Hellraiser. Our artist roster will go from a Boss to Morris Day in the Time. You know, so I think it's a pretty wide swath, and it feels natural. It doesn't feel like we're reaching in any direction, and I think that's kind of cool because some of our competitors in other companies, and I know people, Adam, it's like Jackson has to kind of do their thing. BC Rich has to do what they do, and if they branch out of that, it's kind of like people are like, what the fuck's going on there? For us, I don't think we ever get what the fuck's going on. It's just like it seems like it works, and I think that is one thing that keeps me really interested in it. If we had to make the same couple of things over and over, like trying to work in this little box, it would drive me crazy.
Yeah, making tellies over and over or something.
Like I know Tommy loves his Schecter. Kenny talked about it. I was trying to push Dean on Kenny, and Kenny's like, "No, man, Schecter." and Sin, who played in Ministry, he's got one or two.
Yeah, he's got a new signature model. Coming out. I think that was a shame that he's not in Ministry.
Yeah.
I think he, other than maybe Mike Sasha, I think Sin had the sound, and he respected the past of Ministry. I'm not quite sure now if the new crew totally get it. They're nice guys, but there was something like knowing the history and respecting what came before you. I think that's something that's special about
Sin
that.
definitely did.
I'll tell you what, though, I think, and again, because I'm an Explorer nerd, but that Cesar Soto signature you guys did with the single coil pickup, that's pretty sweet. I haven't picked one up yet, but
we did it for like 1 year, and then somebody at Jackson talked him into going over there.
Oh, is that what happened? Because that was a sweet guitar. Because I love single coil stuff. And
I don't.
Or single
quite
pickup,
know
not
what
single.
happened there, but
I like single coils, but no. Single.
No, I'm humbuckers, but
I've been using a couple of our PTs, which are a telly, but using Gretsch Filtertrons in them, and something because I use a lot. I mean, you can tell by the guitars on the Beauty and Chaos stuff is very affected and textured, and probably a lot of times what you think is a keyboard is actually guitars through this crazy amount of pedals and weird stuff and EBOs and bows and drills and shit like that. But something about those pickups seem to work with the pedals more than just straight humbuckers.
What'd you say? Filtertrons are what you're using?
Just they just drive the front end of the amp and the pedals. I guess they're cleaner going in. I've never been a Strat guy with straight single coils. I think they're too exposing, and I'm not technically proficient enough. I need a little bit of stuff around it, but it's just what I'm using now, and I think that's through a lot on this record. But there's a lot of other oddball things. I kind of got into different tunings and stuff just by accident because I think as a guitar player, you kind of, at least me, I get into patterns like, oh, gee, I'm playing that again. But switching the tunings and finding odd chords and stuff has kind of led me down the path of some songs that are on this record that I'm kind of happy that I kind of, happy accidents.
Just like open tunings, like an open G and...
Not so much, but just like weird. Like I looked a lot with like Kevin Shields on My Bloody Valentine and Thurston Moore of Sonic Youth. Like these things that you wouldn't think. Like, wow, there's 3 E's in this tuning.
I was like the Soundgarden tuning too.
Yeah, just stuff like that. That just went down that path, and it kind of using a capo. Some things I normally wouldn't do, not getting like technical because I'm not, but just going, wow, that brings something and that makes something different. There's quite a bit of baritone and bass six stuff on this record too that adds like this really low, deep, droney stuff.
Sure.
Are the two songs that we're playing on this episode, are they going to be on the new record as well?
I'm not sure yet, only because, I mean, we put those out and they may, you know, I know I talked a lot about vinyl, and I'm looking at the time frame of, you know, trying to go, 42, 44 minutes on a vinyl. It's like, I'm already over that. So in my head, I'm going, does this become a double record? Does it become a double record at 45 RPM, which I think it's sonically the best thing you can do? I'm not sure, but then on the CD, I think it might end up being on the CD version because you can put 79 minutes of music.
Minutes on, yeah.
On our last release, which was called Dancing with Angels, I got to do something I really wanted to do, and it didn't happen on the vinyl just for time constraints, but we did all these little in-between tracks that are called halos that just kind of bridged each song.
Right.
So there was 8 songs on the record, and then 7. Well, I guess we put one at the end. So eight halos that just kind of tied them together musically, where it was kind of a seamless release. And for a fleeting minute, I had this thought of going, I'm so tired of the way people listen to music on Spotify and jump around. And I mean, I toil over the running order of a record. Like, I try to find that first song, the needle drop song, and then the end, and then fill in between. And you find people that go, I just listened to that song, or I do shuffle on CDs. So I'm going, well, screw that. I'm going to do this record. It was going to be like 78 minutes and make it one track, just no ID. And
I love that.
I think that would have been.
I love that idea.
I kind of sadly or probably smartly backed out of that at the end, but I already got enough grief for Shauna when I told her we were doing Children of the Revolution and Open Your Eyes as one video. She's like, why are you doing that? I'm going, they kind of fit together. It's going to be the same setup, and the two songs tie in. And so, yeah, I sometimes don't listen. I could be my own worst enemy.
That's an exciting concept. I'm really happy to hear about that. Now, you did the Joe Strummer cover, and this, I got to see Joe right before he passed. He played the Metro, and I remember he was drinking shots of tequila. They were bringing up a tray, and the band, somebody bought the band tequila, and the waitress of the Metro took him up, and they're all doing shots. And that was the last time I saw him. And then not too long later, he passed. But I was shocked, Michael, at how much you sounded like him on this song.
Wow. I mean, I started when I first got into music. It was watching little black and white TV. It was like Midnight Special and Rock Concert, and seeing Bowie, T-Rex, Slade, and which later we'll get into Kiss. And then I kind of went from there. Really, it was kind of that the Dead Boys, the Clash, the Pistols. Those it's like where all my friends in school could play Led Zeppelin and sitting there, bro. You hear Moody Blues and Deep Purple. It's like, fuck, I can't play that. But I could play the Clash. I could play the Pistols and Dead Boys. So I was a huge Clash fan from a young age, and I always thought Strummer just it's like the dude was a poet and had always had something to say. And that song, I just thought, again, it was timely. I saw a live version of him to go and Get Down Moses, and he looked like he was reading the lyrics on the ground, like it was just kind of coming together. They weren't all the same. And I think it was just at the time I was hearing there was, the news cycle at that point was all about all these paying the Catholic Church paying out, billions of dollars to families for their kids being abused by, priests and stuff like that. And his line, which didn't make it into the final song, was all the young boys running from the priest of iniquity. All the altar boys running from the priest of iniquity. And I just went, wow, did he hit the nail on the head? He was special. The world definitely could use him right now.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Well, this is your cover of Get Down Moses, and this is Beauty and Chaos on the MK Ultra Sound Podcast.
Once I got to the mountain top, tell you I could see prairies full of souls running from the priests of iniquity. Where the hell was Elijah? What do you do when the prophecy game was through? We gotta take the walls of Jericho. Put your lips together and blow. Go to the very top. Say truth crystallizes like jewels in the rock. In the rock. Pardon of the sea, carving of the tablet out of LSD. Get down, Moses. I'm in Tennessee. Get down, Moses. Down in the street, the blood washing down on the gravel to our feet. Get down, Moses. Down in the pit. Lying in a dream, cross a battlefield, crashing on a downtown strip. Looking in the eyes of the diamonds and the spies and the hip. Who's sponsoring the crack ghetto? Who's lecturing? Who's in the know and in the don't know? Better take the walls of Jericho. Put your lips together and blow. Going to the very top.
Every great day starts with a cup of get the fuck out of bed coffee from Martin Atkins and Dark Matter Coffee. Go to darkmattercoffee.com. Look for the big red logo that says get the fuck out of bed. America runs on damage, and it all starts with a cup of get the fuck out of bed coffee. There are 10 commandments and there are 7 deadly sins, but there is only one MK Ultra magazine. Visit us daily online at www.mkultramagazine.com for entertainment news, reviews, and interviews. mkultramagazine.com, home of Alexander's Diary of a Damn Man. That's mkultramagazine.com.
I listen to the MK Ultrasound podcast, and you should too. It's tremendous. The greatest, most highly rated podcast in the world. It's very highly rated. Other podcasts are very jealous. They are all very jealous. Alex and Max are the most intelligent hosts I have ever heard. Their listeners are the smartest people that listen to podcasts. They are all very, very smart. Other podcasts are washed up and for losers. That's why I listen to the MK Ultra Sound podcast. Their guests are all tremendous and very popular and get very high ratings.
You know, that guy is so easy to imitate. He repeats all his shit. Everything
tremendous. He just say
Oh,
that.
man.
He's like the only person I know who uses that word.
Oh,
right
my
here.
God,
Who,
and
do you,
he
who
over
else
and
do you know it says tremendous?
in the ratings, like when, you know, he was really mad at Bill Maher last week, and I guess he not only went online and said shit about Bill Maher, but he wrote to Bill Maher personally and slammed him over a joke. But that's totally Trump. He's like, well, it doesn't matter, you know, his ratings were in a tank, or nobody listens to this show anymore. He's a broken record. I love it. But I had to have that done, and we had one for Stormy Daniels, but should I play the Stormy Daniels one?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on a second. Give me a moment.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is anyway, this will give me an excuse to play it. So same sort of thing, you know, he just tends to repeat himself. He's easy to imitate.
Yeah.
That's why I think that like Late Night is able to do so much on him, because he's a fucking character of himself. Okay, here's the Stormy one.
I have to say, Alex and Max on the MK Ultrasound podcast are very lucky men. They get to talk to my old pal, Stormy Daniels. She was such a good friend, but not my type. I prefer models. Stormy isn't for me. Not enough beer in Germany to get me on that. But maybe Alex and Max will loosen her up.
Yeah, it's nice to have the president behind me.
Did you show her that before she ghosted you?
No. Actually,
I was going to say that might explain a few things.
Actually, I wasn't going to play that for her. I was going to play it on next week's show. Well, I was going to play it on this show, but not play for her, because I didn't want to talk about him. So anyway,
I'm surprised she didn't try to capitalize on being mentioned in the new Spinal Tap movie.
Oh man, you know what? When you were talking about the pedals in the last segment, I was thinking about the pedals that he had, that Nigel had.
Oh, you haven't seen the new one, have you?
But I've heard about it.
Yeah, my favorite.
These are pretty awesome. Instead of amps going to 11, now it's all about pedals.
You know what's crazy about that? The night I watched it on HBO was the same night that Rob Reiner was killed.
Oh wow.
I could not believe it. And my favorite part of the movie was when you knew something was going to happen with the Stonehenge monument, and it came down on him, and David St. Hubbard said, erase my browsing history. This is like what he thought his last words were going to be. And that was Wee Man in that shot. Did you notice that? One of the dwarves was Wee Man from Jackass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did. We did make a bunch of bases for Derek Small on that. That's why he had
really?
them.
That's awesome.
They were all in different colors, and I think there was going to be a segment where he sat there and talked about, you know, kind of why he had to have one. It was like, because they're different colors and different flavors.
Oh, he does. That's in the movie. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I wanted it to be more, you know, but there's no way to top the first one.
No, I don't think the first one was meant to be as big as it became.
I'll say this though, it held up.
Oh,
wasn't-
does
no,
it?
the
Ever?
Yeah,
second
I mean, if
one.
you're a-
No, I mean the second one is
Yeah.
not. It's not like a. I mean they modernized.
I
some-
loved Elton John in that thing, man.
Yeah.
I think I need to go give it another watch. That was actually the college that I went to where they did it at
Oh.
the UNO.
Oh, that's
Lakefront
right, because
Arena.
it is in New Orleans. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh man.
But,
I like the
I
part
gotta
where
give it another listen.
the place they're rehearsing is like also like a haunted.
Yeah.
So like there's a tourist group coming through all the
Speaking
time.
of that, no, because like Stormy Daniels is a ghost hunter. She does the haunted house thing, and that might have been one of them. Who knows? That was really funny though. Bring the tours through. Wow. Yeah. I'm glad they had something in them left to do. That was fun. Oh,
Hey, so just a quick thing on that Get Down Moses video where I said I was like such a Strummer fan.
Mhm.
That I had a friend of mine make that shirt that says, you don't see it so much, but it says 1977.
Okay.
It was as a kid, I had on my wall, I think I pulled it out of like Rock Scene, or maybe it was the NME. It was a picture of Joe Strummer, and he had just like this white shirt with 1977 like just spray painted on it. So that was kind of my tribute to him. I don't think the song 1977 Capitol, I don't think they put it on the American release of the first album, but it was on the British release. Like you said, I would just go imports. I'd sit there and wait for months for something that I read about to come in on an import.
That was my section, man, and then I ended up working at that record store. I'm like 14 thumbing through there, and but by the time I worked at Musicland, that import section was gone.
Oh, wow.
I remember buying a Michael Oldfield Tubular Bells picture disc there, and my Devo picture disc that Virgin did was an import section of that same record store before I worked there. I mean, I was like 22 before I worked there, so 13, 14-year-old Alex going through these records. And that manager that was managing that store when it opened was still managing it when I went home for the first time 2 years ago. I went home for the first time in 30 years. It was the last Musicland left in the country, and then it shut down. It became a FYI Music or something.
FYE, yeah.
But I walk in there, it's like, dude, it's been like 33 years since I was there. I hadn't been home in 33 years.
War.
And I'm like, you're still here? Wow.
I mean, going back and looking at liner notes and everything like that, it was harder to find information there. I remember as a kid looking probably at inside a Kiss Alive going, what are they playing? What's that guitar? Looking at a Slade record, trying to figure out the amps and stuff. And then if they put the lyrics in it, it's like now everything's so easy. I think it makes it so much less important to people. And that's another one of those sad things of the internet.
Yeah, I don't think Kiss had lyrics until Lick It Up. No, Creatures of the Night had lyrics in it, but I don't think they had lyrics in their albums until then, because it was all, selling stuff. But I remember the endorsements, DiMarzio pickups, Marshall.
I remember that.
They played Marshall because it's the best, or Gibson because it's the
Because
best.
they want the best.
Yeah. Speaking of, hey, it's time, but we need 39 seconds. Hang on, everybody.
Their 100-city tour has met with controversy reminiscent of the 60s.
Well, it might be the devil, or it might be the Lord, but you gotta have to serve somebody.
There were picket lines in Nashville, a record-breaking protest in Little Rock, a standing-room-only city council meeting in Corpus Christi, and headlines all over the country: Minneapolis, Dubuque, Chattanooga, and Bismarck, North Dakota. The protesters are mainly religious groups who have been trying unsuccessfully to get KISS concerts stopped because they say KISS promotes the worship of Satan.
This is one of the ways that the enemy is coming in to try to engulf the minds of these teenagers and win them over.
Yeah. Remember that Knights in Satan's Service?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Dave, you've got the buzzer and bell.
All right.
All right. We'll let the new guy start. Let's okay, Brad. I'll let you start, Dave, and then you, Michael, and we'll go around. So everybody gets a shot. Three shots.
You want me to read one of these questions off here?
Please.
All right. I guess I'll do the first one. What roles did Ace Frehley and Peter Criss play on the Fox TV sci-fi program Millennium?
Oh, damn it. You know what? Somebody asked me this one, and I got it wrong last time. They were agents. specific agent, right? Is what you're looking for?
Agents is a little vague. It's a little not as intense as Agent, but
I don't know, and I didn't watch
State Troopers.
Oh, State Troopers.
Yeah.
Dave, get on it. All right,
Sorry.
Dave. He's trying to find one to stump me.
I was actually. Am I gonna just start? Am I just gonna make one?
Zimmerman's the one that got me. William Zimmerman slammed me on this game.
All right. Which legendary English heavy metal band opened for Kiss on their 1994 South American tour?
British heavy metal band?
I'll give you. Well,
no, don't.
I shouldn't give you a hint. But
what year was it?
1994.
94.
I'll be honest. The year is.
Wait a minute. 94.
Hint.
They didn't put the makeup on yet. They didn't put the makeup back on yet.
That's right.
So. 94. I saw him. Fuck.
This is one of those ones where when I tell you the answer, it's all going to make sense.
Oh, 94 then. Soundgarden?
No, it's
British. I was going to say Iron Maiden, but I know that's not
all
it.
All right. Well, the answer is Black Sabbath.
Oh,
which
open for
94? Kiss? Yeah, that's about right.
Wow.
That's like that would have been cross purposes.
You know,
right?
the first concert I ever walked out of was Black Sabbath. It was like the Black and Blue tour, the Blue Oyster Cult. I was so into Blue Oyster Cult. And then Black Sabbath came out, and it was Dio. And I wasn't really into Dio then. And I walked out of that concert.
Well, 94 would have been probably after D, because he did the Cross Purposes album, didn't he?
Dio was on Heaven and Hell. Heaven and Hell.
Yeah, but then he came back, or he did Dehumanizer.
Okay.
And then he left, and so it was probably Black Sabbath with Jeff Nichols or somebody singing.
Michael, I was like hoping you would want to play this game. And
Oh, I'm in. I got a good one for you.
all right, go ahead.
Okay, in Kiss Meets the Phantom, what did they change the lyrics and title of Hotter Than Hell to?
Rip and Destroy. Rip and destroy.
Hotter than heck.
Yes. You know, that's speaking of that. I my freshman year of high school was 1979. It was the year I first saw Kiss Dynasty Tour. My first concert was Cheap Trick a couple months before that. They were doing the Budokan tour. My yearbook, the seniors always had to put what their favorite songs were and favorite cars, all that shit. Favorite song, AC/DC, Highway to Heck. They wouldn't say hell. Yearbook. So,
oh my God.
Brad, you're up.
Let's see. A lot of things from the 90s in these questions. All right, here's here. What Peter Criss solo album was never released in the United States?
Oh, wow.
He's big in Japan.
My favorite drummer of all time. Oh God, I really don't like Peter Criss as a person mostly. Was it Let Me Love You or something like that?
Real close. You're one word off.
Let Me Love You.
Love is not the right word.
Oh, let me.
It's real generic though.
Oh, I know it wouldn't be Let Me Kiss You because he wouldn't use kiss.
No.
I don't
You'd
know.
have to pay Gene.
Let Me Rock You.
Yeah, Let Me Rock You. Yeah, I remember that album cover. Oh, God. Yeah, Let Me Rock You. Ugh. I have the Out of Control album, though. The one he did when he was still getting paid for being in Kiss.
All right. I'm going to ask you an easy one just because these are tough. And it's a,
go ahead.
I'm going to give it away if I say that part. All right. Which single from the 4 Kiss solo albums was the biggest hit on the charts?
Oh, that was just New York Groove.
Yep.
Ace Frehley. The great.
I was going to say, well, since we lost Ace, we should ask an Ace question.
That was my very first interview with anybody was Ace Frehley.
Weren't you saying he was like crazy fucked up for it too?
No, he was late. Like it's the Holiday Inn. we were meeting for brunch, whatever. He was the last one. Michael, we did a show like 3 days after Ace passed. We rushed this thing to get it. But I had the guy phoned him in from L.A. who was with me at the Holiday Inn when I interviewed Ace for the first time. And it was it wasn't Fraley's Comet. It was the first one he did as Ace Frehley after Fraley's Comet. So even though Anton Fig played on the album, he wasn't in the band. Sandy Slavin played drums. John Regan was still guitar. Richie Scarlett was the other guitar player on that. Ace comes in late. He's like, pigeon-toed and like coming in. I guess he never quite had good balance anyway, but he put so much salt on his food. He just dumping salt on his eggs. And I remember my friend who we phoned in on that podcast, he was talking about Ace ordered his eggs loose, but also Dwayne had sat a pack of cigarettes down at the table, and everybody in the band moved on the other side because you could still smoke then, but they thought he was going to light up, and he didn't, but he just always carried cigarettes. But that's just how some bands are. Like when Sean came to see me DJ that night, it wasn't that cold in Pittsburgh, but they wore their coats when they were taking pictures outside because they don't want to get a cold because of doing the show.
Sure.
All right, Michael, you're up, my friend.
Okay, I'm going to do two there quick because one's for the guitar guys. But for you, it's probably easy. What song was added to the reprint of the first Kiss album?
Kissin' Time was one.
Yep.
And another one.
Giving you the softballs.
I don't know the other one.
Oh, the other one's going to be this question's for the guitar guys.
Okay.
So back in the day, which I will call up to Kiss Alive, the first one, what song did Ace play the Karina Ibanez Destroyer on?
I remember that guitar, but I don't know the song.
Man.
He would bring it out on Let Me Go Rock and Roll.
Didn't Paul play a Destroyer too?
He played a Firebird back then. And that weird V, the crippled V, he called it, with the one short horn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that guitar. Not even a guitar guy.
Crippled V.
Okay. Your last one, Brad.
All right. Let's see. You want me to do another Peter Criss one?
I don't care. I'll just slam it.
All right. What was Eric Carr's last music video appearance with Kiss?
God Gave Rock and Roll to You.
Yep.
Russ Ballard's song. Dave.
Only because which Kiss band member has a wrestler named after him?
Gene Simmons, the Demon.
Yeah.
And I got a picture with that guy.
We were at Reggie's last night. They had old wrestling on, and I didn't see him, but it made me think of it.
Nice. Who was your favorite wrestler?
When I was a kid, oh man, probably Jake the Snake.
You're younger than me. You're
gonna be like Dick the
I'm
Bruiser.
never big into wrestling, but I mean, I'm on the younger side than all of y'all, so I'd probably say Undertaker personally.
And Michael, did you have a favorite wrestler?
I'm probably older than you guys, so I used to go see it with my dad before it got really like the whole WWE. It was just in like an auditorium with like 600 people.
Yeah.
There used to be a guy that wore a mask, and his name was Dr. X.
Yeah.
And he used to do this thing where he would load his boot. Of course, when the referee's not looking, he would stamp his foot like 3 times, and it supposedly put some lead in his fucking heel or toe or something. And he would kick whoever was wrestling and pin him. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I like that. There's a guy named Chief J Strongbow.
All right, yeah, I know that.
He was my favorite. He had a tag team. It was Chief J Strongbow, Billy White Wolf.
He was an Italian guy doing a Native American shtick. They weren't all that sensitive back then.
No, not in wrestling. Jeez, I think
the guy from Minnesota being the Russian, or the Hawaiian being the evil Japanese.
Well, that Dr. X guy is the guy that the shirt that Debbie Harry wore. There's pictures that I have where you see her camel toe, but we made the MK Ultra shirts from.
Oh, right
with
on.
the logo down. Michael, you had one more. We
one more. I'll do one Kiss thing. This is more in the sense. I hear you're not a Peter Criss fan.
Okay.
If you had to pick this is more of an opinion. If you had to pick his best vocal performance or best song that he sang. And it's probably, I would hope it's not Baby Driver. What would it be?
My opinion, old school, I thought he was really, really good on Black Diamond, and I liked Nothing to Lose vocal. I just love that song, period, because everybody sang on it. But what was your opinion?
I was a big Strange Ways. I always loved that song. I thought that was one of the heaviest Kiss songs, and Ace's solo was just amazing.
You were talking about like Midnight Special and stuff, and I've been watching a lot of those old the old footage from 74, 75.
Yeah.
And man, when Ace rips into a solo, man, he just tore it up.
He was so good back then, definitely the drugs and everything took its toll. But man, when he was on like 100,000 Years, it's just like that guy said so much with one note in that song. It was just, he made that. He's one guy in the band I didn't meet, and that's actually okay, because my other experience. One time we can have a whole discussion about me and my vice president sitting in Gene's house in that big room with all the Kiss shit, talking to him about doing Simmons guitars. It was absolutely insane. Just it's like just stepping back and going, wow, this is a guy I idolized, part of the band as a kid, and just going, I just want to leave here.
And my friend Tom Treader, he creates toys. I know he worked for George Lucas for a minute, but he did some Kiss figures, and so that's why I have some of the stuff I have, Dave, in my office. Gene asked him to come, and Tom and his president for his company meet at the house, and they wanted to talk about something, and Gene wanted to do a new line of toys. Come on, it's over. Stop. But and they turned it down. They didn't want to do toys anymore. But I think they're doing advertising. I'm not sure what. I know Tom does a lot of like graphic art now. But he said that Gene and Shannon actually made him a pizza. But he says, yeah, it's Gene World, the whole house.
I'll just tell you, we did the meeting, we're leaving, and he kept talking about himself in the third person. Well, what does Gene get? What does Gene, and Gene thinks this, and it's just like, wow. And I think Tommy Thayer might have been his assistant at that time.
Yep.
Because it was just this long-haired dude that kept bringing in UPS boxes, and Gene would open them and then pull out like a softballs with like all the solo album pictures, and he kept looking at us going, fours, think of everything in fours, and it's just like, okay, that's a nice haiku. But so we're leaving, and he stops me and he hands me a copy of the book, the one with his lips on it, and it's Kiss and Tell. I don't know what it was. So he gave it to me, and then we're getting ready to go out the door, and he goes, hold on, and he stopped and he took it back. And he had a Sharpie, and I thought he was going to go, hey, what would you like me to make this? Because that's, he knew I was a Kiss fan. What do you like this make it out to? But no, he turns it over and scratches out the barcode on the back and hands it out to me.
Wow, that's awesome.
When I first met his wife before they got married, that publicity stunt they did to keep their show on the air, the Shannon, I had another one of Playboy signed because she actually mailed me a Playboy when she was in Playboy years ago and signed it. And then I went back to get another one signed. And I said, well, we just did an interview with Gene. That's when we were still on print, MK Ultra. And I said, do you want to read it? She goes, I don't want to read him talking about himself more. But yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love the barcode story, Michael. Thank you for that.
That is good.
Well, that brings us to the next set of videos, man. And I sent you that picture this week of the auctioning off of that guitar, Brian James guitar.
Oh, yeah. Did Duff buy that?
No, my friend Adam Beckvar, actually, he filled in on Lords of the New Church as the new singer when they came back out and did some shows. He did a round of touring with Lords of the New Church, and he sent me that link for that guitar, and it's up for sale. I thought Rick Nielsen would want to buy it. Rick Nielsen turned it down. I thought for sure Rick Nielsen would be on that.
Somebody told me that Duff from GNR bought it.
that would that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I'll find out about that. But
yeah, I had saw Michael Monroe doing some shows with the Lords, and Brian didn't look so well in that.
Man, Michael Monroe, there's nobody like him live. Nobody.
No, that's a rock star.
Man, just the greatest. It's still, man, that guy still holds up like he's 20, 21 years old.
Yeah, and they just never became popular here, you know.
Oh, they would have if it wasn't for my favorite band, Motley Crue.
Oh, with Razzle, yeah.
You think he just stepped right into his looking everything,
Man.
or also the Razzle thing?
Everybody stole that look. Even Faster Pussycat, who I love. You guys know how much I love Faster Pussycat. That first album, even Guns N' Roses' first album, they looked like Hanoi Rocks. And Motley Crue completely stole the image.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that Theater of Pain, oh my God, you guys, fuck off.
You probably look back at Black Oak, Arkansas, right, and see Jim Dandy, and see that David Lee Roth just stepped right into that look.
That's a good
I remember as a kid seeing Black Oak. I think it was Cow Jam 1 or something, and he was there with the suspenders and not hiding anything in the white, in the long blonde hair. And I think Tommy Aldridge was actually the drummer in that. He was like a kid, but yeah, David Lee Roth definitely absorbed that.
Oh, for sure. Would you mind setting up the last two videos or the last long form video where you had Al Jourgensen, and you want to set this up and tell us a little bit of background on this?
Yeah, I was always a big T-Rex fan. I mean, watching Mark Bolan, which, speaking of that, I think Paul Stanley absorbed a lot of Mark Bolan.
A little bit.
Yeah, I just, again, it's not being political and I wanted to say something without saying something. And I just thought that the whole line in that about you can't fool the children of the revolution, I thought that was a poignant and important line in the song. And Al had did 20th Century Boy with us on the first album. So I just thought Michael asked him and he's like, yeah, we did it. And he said he would do the video. I love the whole Ministry era with the chain link fence. And so I kind of showed the video director going, I want to go for like something with that. And, 9 Inch Nails, I forget if it's Wish or Gave Up or something with that whole like chaotic chain thing. And then
that was Wish.
I just thought it kind of fit right in. I mean, I'm a big Lords fan and Dead Boys, and always thought Steve was just a great frontman. And I thought, like I mentioned earlier, I just thought the lyrics of that song kind of tied into it. Open your eyes, see the lies right in front of you. I thought those two things just said something, and it didn't matter what side of politics you're on. That jointly, I think we all should look at that we're being kind of pulled. And we talked about pro wrestling, and I'm firmly of the opinion that our politics is pro wrestling. It doesn't matter left or right, that after they walk out, they probably sit and go have a fucking beer together, And,
tremendous.
They keep us at each other. And I think the separation, they win. So that was my idea, saying it without saying it.
That's really, really good to know. Hey, as always,
it was a blast to make.
You and Shauna keep me in the loop, man. Great publicist you have there. I love your project. I hope you know how much your music means to me. And just when those videos were shared with me right around the first of the year, I greatly appreciated it. I couldn't wait to do this show. So thanks for all the promoting you've been doing for this, as you and your fans have been pushing the show quite a bit. I hope it's worth it. The video will probably take a couple of days, Dave. Mm-hmm. And we'll get that out, and I'll send you those links. But Michael, as always, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, guys, and I look forward to doing it again.
Absolutely. All right, we'll talk to you when the record comes out. And here you go, Beauty and Chaos on the MK Ultrasound podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
This revolution will be televised.
guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence by the military-industrial complex.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test.
Video games, trades and kids for war. Army shaking high fashion stores. Law and order's done their job. Prisons fill while the rich still rob. Assassination, politics. Violence rules within our nature's midst. For ignorance is their power too. You only know what they want you to know. The television cannot lie. Controlling media with smokescreen eyes. Nuclear politicians' picture show. The acting's lousy, but the blind don't know. Open your eyes, see the lies right in front of you. Open your eyes, see the lies right in front of you. Open your eyes, see the lies right in front of you. Open your They scare us all with threats of war, so we forget just how bad things are. You taste the fear when you're all alone. They come to get you when you're on your own. The silence of conspiracy, slaughtered on the altar of apathy. You gotta wake up from your sleep, 'cause we inherit Earth 6 feet deep. Open your eyes, see the lies right in front of you. Open your eyes, see the lies right in front of you. Open your eyes, see the lies right in front of you. Open your eyes. We better wake up from our sleep before we end up 6 feet deep.
That's some good stuff. Alexander back. Hey, you've got me by yourself. I feel like it's late night radio now. It's just you and me, everybody. Me, you, my cats. Annie is gone. Katrina is gone. But I've got Spooky and Nico. And if you watch the video, when you see it, you'll see that Spooky is on Brad's lap most of the time. I want to thank the guys from Derision Cult being here. We're going to play the song from their new project or side project, System Machine, that seems to be the Chicago way. It's why I moved here. You have bands like Pigface and Revolting Cocks, who are clusterfucks of a whole bunch of other people from other bands that do things. And one project for Al Jourgensen was never quite enough. He always carried 2 or 3 at a time. I got to see Derision Cult live a couple of weeks ago. First time since they played my birthday party in 2023 at Livewire. They played at a place called Goat Village, and that's out in Norwich. And it's, I think it's a new venue, but it isn't. It's been there a few years. It's a good place to see a show. It was very easy for me to get to. I hopped on a bus, took me to a train, it took me to another bus, basically door to door. So if you get a chance to see anybody at Goat Village, check them out. They have a great staff. They've got a great sound system, and they've got great bartenders who really know how to make good cocktails. So I had to throw that out there. But yeah, this is a new song from Sis Machine. Kimberly's on the vocals on this one, and the song is called Fading, and you're listening to with Alex by himself, looking at a picture of Tanya Tucker on the MK Ultra Sound Podcast. That's Sis Machine, MK Ultrasound Podcast. Alexander with you. Got one more video to share with you because it dropped on Friday. It's from my friends in Pittsburgh, Peter Gilliard and Inga, both Polish, from Poland, just like Anya from Ayatoya, Anya Tarnowska. And they shared this video with me a couple of months ago in a raw form. I was so excited to share it with everybody. I thought I'd squeeze it in at the last part of this show. Michael Ciravolo, you're just the best, man, and I cannot tell you how much I love your music. So I'm greatly looking forward to the next vinyl. I guess I'm missing one, the one you mentioned on the show, so I'm going to find a way to order that from you. But definitely keep them coming, man. Keep the videos coming. Keep doing what you're doing, because it keeps me alive and keeps this show alive, because that's it. The heartbeat, man. All about the music. So this is Cosmic Love. This is from Death by Love, the new project from Pete. And as you know, I've worked with Peter since 1993 when he first came to the United States, when he was a student at the that was at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. I went to the University of Pittsburgh. But this is Cosmic Love, Death by Love on the, Cosmic Power. Cosmic Power by Death by Love on the MK Ultrasound podcast. I will be back in 2 weeks. I've got an anniversary to celebrate next week. So on the 8th, I'll be talking with another gentleman from Pittsburgh. That would be Sid Riggs. And he was in Rob Halford's Industrial Band 2, along with John 5. He was in Sinistar, Kidney Thieves. He also played with Alice Cooper, Saliva, Juliette Lewis, and he played on a Guns N' Roses song, so we'll be talking to him about all of that and a whole lot more. I'll have a special guest co-host on with that one, and probably Max Bravo, because I'm not mentioning the co-host because I'm not for sure if she's actually going to show up. If she does, it's going to be wonderful, and tequila will be involved. Till next time, this is Alexander, and you're listening to the MK Ultrasound podcast. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Of skies that bow to you, a moon obedient, a river's curse is cue. You said a cosmic power is all yours to command. A cosmic
You've been listening to the MK Ultrasound podcast from Chicago, Illinois with your host, Alexander. Please click like and subscribe and share with your friends. Check us out online at mkultramagazine.com. And on behalf of the MK Ultrasound staff, thanks for listening, everybody.